why is a skeleton in my shot? Come on dude, get out of here. I am trying to get this sick new angle. Well, now that we have got that out of the way. Hey, what is going on you guys? My name is SubZeroExtabyte and I am coming right back at you today with another video from my own Minecraft realm. It is a beautiful day outside, even though it might be a little chilly right now, but that will not ruin our day today. But so alright, let's get the day started out right, and that means that we are going to be doing some productive stuff today. Instead of just sitting on our butts all day long. But what can we do? I am wondering. I mean, it is not like there is nothing at all that we can do. I mean, there are a lot of things that we could do, but we will have to decide on what we want to do today, because that will be the major key of today's video. I mean, I could just record myself laying in bed all day and watching TV, but something is telling me that we do not really want to see that, because it really is not that interesting, to say the absolute freaking least. But you may be wondering right now, like, well sub, what in the world are you doing right now? Just doing something reckless like building a tower like this, just out of pure boredom? Well, yes and no. I mean, kind of yes, but really no. I mean, there have been a lot of people trying to steal my stuff lately, and I really do not think that this is that chill at all. So I'm going to find some places where I can put my chests, without anyone knowing about it, so that they do not know where my chests are. And when they do not know where my chests are, well, that means that they cannot go and steal stuff out of the chests who they do not know the location of. So I know that this is like the most wonderful idea ever, even though it might be just a little overdoing it, but I really do not care about that, because I just want people to stay out of my chests. And as you can see, I am willing to go to the ends of the earth to get this done right now. I mean, people need to stay out of my chests for a second or two, because I do not even have any stuff left for myself. But I think that even though we had a good hiding spot on the top of that pillar, it might come in handy to have a chest with some stuff a little bit closer to home. So that is where this thing is going to come in handy. Since this has all been blown up, I have got this pretty big hole underneath of my house, and I can go ahead and fill this up. And while I am doing that, I can just make a little hidden compartment inside of the hole, where I can just put another one of these chests, so that, again, people are not able to know where the chests are. And like I said, when people do not have any idea about where the chests are, well, then they cannot take anything out of it. So that is pretty much my philosophy when I am going into this video, because you know, I will need something to do when I am here. I mean, I am not really a guy that likes to just sit or hang around. I will need to be on my feet in order to feel good about what I am doing. So that is another reason why I am doing this right now, because I had nothing else to do in the first place. So this new little basement is about done right now. Now just the stairs, and we are basically done with that thing. So now that we have a little basement, or I must say, a little hidden basement, I can just pretty much put whatever I want down there, and no one will find out about any of the stuff that I put down there until someone comes along again to blow up my house, and then they will pretty much just find the chests right there. And at that moment I am probably going to be sad again for another week. But that is just how this goes, I guess. At least with everything that is happening right now, I am able to keep it kind of new and fun, I guess. I mean, it is not that I like the fact that people come in and come steal my stuff, but with everything that has been happening lately, and by that I mean all of the hordes of noobs and all those types of things, well, at least my life is getting more and more interesting by the day. So that is a good thing, I guess. At least it is better than sitting around all day with nothing to do but listen to Deja Entendu, which is an album by Brand New. And if you have no idea who Brand New are, well, then I would recommend you to go ahead and listen to the album Deja Entendu, and you will definitely fall in love with it. It is a promise. But if you do not fall in love with it, then in that case, no backseas. But that might speak for itself, I guess. Now this hidden basement thing is almost done for right now. I mean, it is being built like a freaking bunker or something like that. We might even be able to use this as some kind of doomsday shelter or something like that. I mean, I have seen those shows on the Discovery Channel, or was it Nat Geographic? I cannot remember. At least there was a show where they had a lot of people who build these types of basement in their house, or somewhere out in the woods, and they would be going to use those bunkers or basements whenever the so-called doomsday would come. Well, I guess that they have all been bamboozled, because the day of doom has not come yet. But then again, I bet that everyone is thinking that those guys are crazy. But once the doomsday actually comes along, then they will have the last laugh about it. I mean, when the doomsday would come, and we would all be dead except for them. Well, at that moment we would not even be able to have the last laugh because we are not able to laugh about things when we are dead. I mean, it sounds pretty sad, right? But it is the harsh truth. But then again, right now I am just going to use these hiding places for my new chests, and not for some kind of doomsday preparation techniques or something like that. So that is pretty alright, I guess. At least we have some time to think about everything that might be going to happen. I mean, whenever the so-called doomsday would hit, I could still just go down into my little hidden basement. I mean, that is where all of my chests are stashed, so I could just fill all of those up with like gold and food. And then whenever something happens, I would just be able to go out and go down there, instead of having to die like everyone else. But let's just not think about that, and let's hope that there will not be any kind of doomsday coming in the foreseeable future. At least it would be cool to not have something like that going on here. Okay, but I am getting really wet now, and that is kind of out of my comfort zone. I mean, it is not like I do not like swimming, but then again I really do not like it when my clothes get wet, because then I would have to send them to the dry cleaner and all of that stuff, which is like really, and I mean really elaborate for some darn clothes. But at least I think that if I do not feel comfortable around water in my normal clothes, then that would kind of mean that other people are not comfortable with that as well. So I mean, at least I have got some reasoning behind all of the things that I am doing. But then again, that is the least that you could be expecting of me, because I am just a very well thought out person in general. So that kind of correlates in with everything that I am doing right now. I am doing all of this just so I can keep all of my stuff, and keep all of the other people out of my stuff. That sounds pretty okay, right? I mean, usually people would not even be going into your stuff, because you know, that would be pretty unethical to do in the very first place. Okay, so for the next part of the story, I am going to find love in these trees. And by love I mean a good hiding spot for my darn secret chests. Man, I would love to just be able to like make them disappear, or like make them invisible, or something cool like that. Or maybe just some portal device, where I can like teleport all of my stuff into some kind of warehouse, and that I can just teleport them back whenever I want to. I mean, that would be pretty cool, right? But then again, that would be pretty elaborate as well. At least I am coming up with some ideas. I cannot say the same thing about everyone around here, but then again, this is all my stuff, so I guess that I should just be the one who has to keep up with all of this stuff and get it done with. At least right now, people cannot start stealing my stuff, because I have brought all of my belongings with me to take it back to all of the chests, so that none of my stuff will be in danger ever again. So that is pretty decent. I mean, like I said, I am a very well thought out person. None of this is random at all. But do you remember what I was saying about places that are uncomfortable for me to go at? Well, this is one of them, because this place that I'm going to right now pretty much has my worst fear surrounding it. And can you guess what that is? If you know me very well, you should know what I am talking about right now. I mean, who am I kidding? Of course you know what my biggest fear is, and if you don't, well then I'll go ahead and tell you right now. It's the fact that I am afraid of heights. Yeah, there you heard it. Now please stop laughing. Let me actually try and make this jump so that we can get started with hiding a chest down here. For starters, it is way too deep for me. I mean, the jump that I just did was just flat out terrifying for me to do. I mean, most of you guys would know that I am really afraid of heights. It is not like that is a secret or something. But as I was saying, I am not comfortable being in this ditch right here. So I hope that with placing my stuff here, I can actually make sure that other people are not comfortable with this as well, so that I can actually maintain a safe space around this area for my stuff to just chill in this freaking chest. Otherwise, if this were to become some kind of a tourist attraction, then I would be kind of out of luck, to say the least, because that would mean that I would have to get everything of my stuff out of that chest again, and carry all of it out of that hole in the ground, which again would not be a very fun experience for me at all. So that is pretty much everything about that hole, or any other place that I am hiding things at around here. So next thing that is up on my little short list of hiding places, well, that is just to dig a really deep hole and to put some kind of a chest all the way down there, so people would not have any idea about what is going on around here. I mean, it is just very weird to think. Oh my god, I just broke through bedrock. That was not what I was planning at all with this. But okay, at least what I was saying was that no one would ever expect there to be a chest all the way down here. And of course no one is even going to notice that there is anything right here because the hole is just dug out in a totally random spot so that people cannot try to outsmart me with some of these things. So that is pretty cool. At least that is what I think. I mean, no one is going to expect a thing right now. And that is exactly what I want with this right here. So no one will ever be able to go and start stealing some of my stuff again, which is good. So that I do not have to go out and make more stuff over and over and over and over again, like I always have to do. Or I like to think I know for a fact that no one will find your chest there. That is if you put it there, of course. What I really do know for a fact is that I have now showed you some of the best ways to hide your chest. I'm pretty sure only a few others know these military, FBI, CIA tactical chest hiding plans, which are obviously Dennis, Coral and Alex. Maybe Dennis his cat too, I'm not sure. She always likes to find things though, so Dennis might have just told his cat a few tricks here and there on finding my or your secret chest. But don't worry, I'm sure that no other random player will find these. But hey, before we go and end this video, I have one more trick up my sleeve. That's right. One more. This is pretty much the most advanced way of hiding your chest because even you won't even know where to find it again were you ever to look for it again. So it's pretty ideal for a fake chest. You'll just have to convince everyone on the server that you're hiding your main chest with all the diamonds in it. That way people will automatically go looking for a hidden chest and they will 100% ignore your obvious chest in your living room. Trust me, it works. I've done it a couple times now. Well, there was one factor that made a huge difference for me though, and that is that I was completely alone on the server. I mean, it doesn't make like a super huge difference, but you get the point, right? Now that all being said, I think it's time to demonstrate this masterpiece of art. So this has pretty much got to be like the best freaking defense for a freaking hidden chest in like forever. I mean, who would go out of their way to cut down through layers and layers of this darned obsidian, which we all know is like the holy grail of unbreakable stone. So I would wish the person who is trying to get through this a lot of luck because they will never be able to get through this. At least not on my watch. And I will be watching this thing with a freaking bat's eye to make sure that everything is safe and sound and no one touches anything. So now we are just putting on some more green and stuff like that to camouflage everything a little bit, and I can tell you guys that I am literally just going over the freaking top with this thing. I mean, no one is ever going to take the time out of their day to cut down to some freaking obsidian, and then to make matters worse, they will first have to figure out where the obsidian is in the first place because this thing is so camouflaged to the brim that it is almost just invisible. I mean, I am even struggling with trying to see and find this thing. Let's just hope that I actually do end up finding this thing, otherwise I would have wasted a perfectly good chest on something that I'm never going to find ever again in the first place. But I am pretty sure that I will just be able to find this thing again. I mean, it is not like I am some kind of a dumb guy who would forget that or anything like that, so that is kind of alright on my end. At least I do not think that I would have a hard time finding it, but I do actually hope that other people will have a hard time finding this freaking thing. Oh man, I am really going way over the top with this thing. I mean, if I would have tried this hard in school, then I would have definitely become like a scientist or something. But I did not try my best in school. But that does not mean that you should not try your hardest as well, because that is one of the reasons why I am here. To remind you guys that you will have to try your best in school. And I mean, you should try your best in everything that you do, which is like always good. I mean, it is not like you would be able to accomplish many things when you are just slacking through life. So please listen to the words of your old pal Sub, and go put in the hard work, and it will pay off. Just like I am doing right now. I am putting in the hard work to hide the chests, and no one will find them, and I will keep my stuff. But with that said, I am going to say my goodbyes. Goodbye guys. I will see you tomorrow. P.S. Come on, you have to admit, that is one awesome hiding spot.